Okay, I'm back. We in Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter, and verse 10. Concerning the Mashiach Abishai, it said, he pleased the Most High and was beloved of him, so that living among sinners, he was translated. The Mashiach Abishai. Living among sinners. Matter of fact, he was friends of publicans and sinners, it says. Because he came for those that are unrighteous, to show them the law, statutes, commandments to become righteous, right? Yeah, listen at this. Speedily was he taken away. Speedily. 33 years old, speedily was he taken away. And ministry start at 30 to 50 years old. So it says, lest that wickedness of the Roman world and those Israelites that was in the Roman world and other nations that was wicked should alter his understanding. That's why it's very important that we look at our ancestors. We look into the scriptures and find out what it is that we did that was wrong, that displeased the Most High, so that we don't continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, y'all. He said he had to get him away quickly. Speedily was he taken away. Lest that wickedness, 33 years old, lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Look, come on, y'all better understand. Go to Revelation 12 and 9. Revelation 12 and 9. And the great dragon, which is read to tell you that in verse 3. And there appeared another wonder in heaven, behold, a great red dragon. So it tells you that red dragon is right here in verse 9 of Revelation 12th chapter. And the great dragon, the great red dragon, was cast out. That old serpent had to be read. Called the devil, had to be read. And Satan had to be read, which deceiveth the whole world. See? Deceive the whole world. So that's why he's saying, it was a Solomon 4 and 11. Yeah. Speedily was he taken away. 33 years old. Lest that wickedness should alter his understanding, or deceit beguile his soul. Hear that? Fool him. Listen. For the bewitching of naughtiness does obscure things that are honest, and the wandering of concupiscence does undermine the simple mind. See? Listen, he, or Mashiach Abishai, being made perfect in a short time, fulfilled a long time. That's why we're still reading about him. For was so pleased the Most High, therefore hasted he to take him away from among the wicked. Had to get him away from this wicked world. That's what I tell you in Isaiah 53 and 10. Go there, Isaiah 53 and 10. Yet it pleased the Most High to bruise him, his only begotten Son. He hath put him to grief, when thou shalt make his soul or his body an offering for sin. The sins of the 12 tribes of Israel, as we read in Acts 5 and 31. He shall see his seed, he shall prolong his days, and the pleasure of the Most High shall prosper in his hand. Till this day. Look, this is very important to see, y'all. That's why it's so beautiful to know these scriptures, carnally and spiritually. Look at go back to 1 John 2. Come back there later. 1 John 2. Marker there. First John 2:6. He that says he abided in him ought himself also so to walk, even as he walked. You see, he walked without committing sin. Brethren, I write no new commandment unto you, but an old commandment, which ye had from the beginning. The old commandment is the word which ye have heard from the beginning. Over and over again. This is what he says. Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because the darkness is past. See, the darkness, the ignorance of not knowing, being stupid is past. And the true light now shineth. The true light, first and foremost, the light we know is Proverbs 6:23. First and foremost, Proverbs 6:23. And we're going to bring it home for what it is that we're seeing, what we've been going over just now. It says, for the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. So, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, right? So, we know that the law is the light. Again, a new commandment. This is going back to 1 John 2:8. Again, a new commandment I write unto you, which thing is true in him and in you, because he didn't sin. He kept the laws of the Most High, kept the commandments of the Most High, because the darkness is past. See, the darkness is past. And I did lessons on spiritual darkness, spiritual ignorance, and that's the problem. Spiritually, carnally, you might be able to know a lot of different things, but spiritually, it's taking you to another level. Once you learn the laws of the Most High, you learn the law of the Spirit. You see? It takes you to another level, but everything got to be done decent and in order. Gradually, you graduating to the next grade, to the next level, to the next level, to the next level. You understand? That's why he said. Because the darkness is past. The darkness is supposed to be past. If you studying to show yourself approval to the Most High, and the true light now shineth. The true light, if Mashiach was the example, in the volume of the book, as the word of the Most High, to show us how to keep the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. He that said he is in the light and hateth his brother, this is very important, is in darkness even until now. So all you out there that hate, you find somebody you can hate on, they're Israelite brother or sister, you in darkness until now. And this is what we've been programmed. Willie Lynch, Stockholm Syndrome, you name it. However they program us until this day, a foolproof method to have us dislike each other, hate each other. Not only now, but he's talking about it here in the Roman Empire. About how we work and how it applies to us right now. Hating on each other. Don't love your brother. How you go to sleep? Sitting there with grudges against people. Don't even know people and hating them. That's sad. He that says he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness until now. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light. See? And there is none occasion of stumbling in him. Let you know, why am I stumbling? Why this happening? Why am I stumbling? Because you don't love your brother. A lot of you don't know what love is. When you see love, you don't even recognize it. Because you ain't never loved. And you ain't never been loved. So how you gonna know love if you don't even know love within yourself? You sit around hating on somebody. I don't like them. I don't like them. That bring about sickness. because you're not going to be happy. And happy prolongs the life. Joy prolongs the life. Joy makes your health be better. So sadness destroys your health. Look. Wow, the Spirit. Oh, praise the Most High about so much that cover shot. When you turn it, go right there. Ecclesiasticus 30:21. This is what it says. Give not over thy mind to heaviness. See, a lot of people thinking too hard. Sad, woe is me. And afflict not thyself and thine own counsel. That's why all the time I go to Ecclesiasticus 3:24. Your own counsel is where you think. You trying to figure things out. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion. And in evil, you allow the devil come in. An evil suspicion overthrow their judgment. You think evil, you see it. Dang, here they go. Why they say that? Why they do that? Because they allow evil to come in and have them make the wrong judgment. Say the wrong thing. Think the wrong thing first and foremost. You got to think it before you say it. Think the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, and then act upon whatever it is they thinking. That's off. That's why I say, give not over thy mind to heaviness. Some of you just dwelling on things you can't do nothing about. I'm going to tell you one thing. If you prayed, you asked the Most High for it, here you come with that negative, you don't believe in the Most High. Ain't no faith in the Most High in that. You're supposed to pray, and this is what's going to happen. You say it was going to happen because you prayed for it. You got faith in the Most High that you're going to bring it forth. If not, don't you say nothing. Because you're going to be exposed that you don't have faith in him. Listen, give not over thy mind to heaviness. You dwelling on this, dwelling on this. You can be old before your time. He's going to tell you. And afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. Shoot, I learned how to say forget it many years ago. The gladness of the heart, listen, gladness of the heart is the mind. The way you think is the life of man. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. So the sadness of a man makes his life shorten. Because the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. And he told you in Ecclesiasticus 26, verse 1, it say, blessed the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. A virtuous woman rejoices her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace. See? That's beautiful. And she gonna fulfill her life in peace. So not somebody gonna give you all this peace and love and being virtuous and you're not gonna show love back to them. That's why I say a lot of people don't know what love is. They ain't experienced love to the extent of what this Bible is talking about. Give not over thy mind a heaviness, and afflict not thyself in thine own counsel. The gladness of the heart, the gladness of the mind, the way you think, is the life of man. And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days. Say, love thine own soul. Love your own soul. And comfort thy heart. Comfort your mind. Remove sorrow far from thee. Listen to what it's saying. Remove sorrow far from thee. Remove sadness far from thee. See, a lot of people can't do this because they're not following what the scriptures are saying. And a lot of you done heard this for years, and you still ain't got it. They say, remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow have killed many. You hear that? People have died from a broken heart. They died being sad. It said, remove sorrow far from thee, for sorrow have killed many, and there is no profit therein. Envy, listen, envy and wrath does what? Shorten the life. And carefulness, being all technical, bringeth age before the time. You all technical about this and technical about this. You all the time thinking. Unless you know you looking old. You don't look young no more. Some people are young, they look old. Or at least older than what they are. Because they technical. Carefulness. Bringing age before the time. You see? So it's very important to look at so that we can follow what it is that he say do and be all right. Otherwise, you leaning on your own understanding. And what's the end result? What we just read. That's why it's very important. Going back to 1 John, the 2nd chapter. Verse 11. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness. You hate your brother, you in darkness. Ignorance, not knowing. That's why he called us sottish children, silly and stupid children. And walketh in darkness. He walketh in darkness. You people hating on their brother, and they don't really have a reason to be hating on their brothers, hating on a sister, don't even know them, hating on people. How do you go to sleep and sleep comfortably and restful and wake up with the same grudge that you had when you went to sleep? Most I said, let not the sun go down upon your wrath. But you got a lot of brothers and sisters that's just every day hating on each other. Why? Because he tell you, and you call yourself one of the righteous, what he telling you? Verse 11, but he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth. Don't know where he going. And that's why I say if the blind lead the blind, both are going to fall in the ditch. Because that darkness has blinded his eyes. And most of us don't want some of you to get it. Some of you just regurgitated what somebody done said, and some of you wasn't even in the truth in the 80s and 90s. You regurgitating the same thing that was said then till now. And you can't prove. You're going to tell me that I ain't in the truth? I'm not dealing with the truth? Because I ain't with you? Prove that fact. That's why I say, I know, because it was said in the back of my TV shows in the 90s, early 90s. So I just missed that though. Because I met people in Africa dropping what I'm dropping. I'm like, whoa. They ain't never seen me. They ain't never seen you either. In other parts of the world, Germany and Australia and so forth, and all these different places. In India, what we call the untouchables. Been there, taught them? No. But they there. He gonna gather us from all four corners of the earth. Dare I say, I'm the only one have this. We know in part and prophesy in part, better humble yourself. It's real. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth, because that darkness hath blinded his eyes. Listen, understand and understand this point. Some people don't realize Romans 11 and 8. According as it is written, the Most High have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear until this day. That's why they regurgitating everything that they've heard from long time ago. You hear about people that are stuck in a certain time warp or something. It's what it is. And y'all coming in, especially you New Age Israelites, coming in and y'all regurgitating the things that were said a long time ago until this day, and not realizing this love we got to have for each other. We're reading about it. That's why it said, according as it is written, Most I have given them the spirit of slumber. That's darkness, y'all. Slumber. When you sleep, you close your eyes, you see darkness. You see? Slumber. Hip talk. Eyes. that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear. Y'all won't hear what I'm saying until this day. And David said, let their table be made a snare. Let the table be made a snare, and a trap, and a stumbling block, and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, see, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. Why am I catching so much hell? We used to have a saying, say we catching good hell. Whatever that is. But we know we catching hell, you know what I mean? It is what it is. As you see, they're in darkness, in not light. Because when you understand all the scriptures and the commandments and the laws are based upon how we love the Most High and how we love each other. Understand, overstand this. Going back to verse 11 of 1 John, the 2nd chapter again. But he that hated his brother is in darkness. Hear that? And walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth. They don't know where they're going. It might seem like they know where they're going, but they don't really know where they're going, because that darkness has blinded his eyes. A big part of us being in the spirit with the Most High and the Mashiach Yahushua, they're not there. Some don't think they are the spirit. Have said they're the spirit. But their eyes been blinded. And those that are under them or follow the same way that they're coming across, they get worse and worse and worse as it goes down the line. It's no different than if you call someone up, you taking care of some business, you talk to them, and they be all raunchy with you on the phone. Say, hey, let me speak to your supervisor. Something you always could do. You want to take some wisdom from me. Let me speak to your supervisor. And so you got to the supervisor, and they be more lenient. You know what I mean? They don't be as bad as the person that you first talked to. And they really don't want you to talk to the supervisor, because it's like the customer supposed to have, you know, the best of everything. If they're going to keep their business going, you know. And if they don't give you what you want, say, let me speak to your supervisor. Or you go to the CEO of the company, whatever. By the time you get there, they real lenient. As you go up, they might say something, and they really not as raunchy as it goes down the line. By the time you get down the line, shoot, it's real raunchy. Understand this. That's why if you don't really have this love for your people, most I don't love you. When he said, Jacob have I loved, how he loved you and you hate who he loved? And you hate one of them little ones. Believe me. One of them going to be one of them little ones. And as you dealing with coming against one of his little ones, which their angels are before the Most High, reporting on how you treating one of those little ones, you must well tie a noose around your neck, about to shot said, a great millstone, and cast it into the sea. But who are you to choose one of those little ones? Because you didn't know the truth from birth. It was a time you was out there, and now you think you're one of them little ones. So, but you was out there in the world, wherever we all was. Now he called us into this marvelous light to learn this truth. His laws, statutes, and commandments, his rules and regulations. Prepare ourselves for the kingdom that's already prepared for us. Now we got to make sure that we not mistreating one of his little ones. And some will be offensive and not really understanding what the consequences are going to be. Can't get no clearer than he say, hey, tie a noose around your neck and a great millstone and cast it into the sea. Drown yourself. Mashiach Shai said that. So, and you got to know order. You got to know the order of things according to the scriptures, according to our culture. Like a lot of you bring a damnation to yourself because you out of order. You sinning. You're not showing love. Look, for instance, the elders that's 51 years old, over 50 years old, certain way you got to deal with them. First Timothy, so we deal with moral conduct. First Timothy 5:1. Rebuke not an elder, it says, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. See, over and over again. Rebuke not an elder, but entreat him as a father, and the younger men as brethren. You see, the elder women as mothers, the younger as sisters, with all purity. You see, just the order. Look at verse 17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. Is that happening? No. People get to know you as an elder, they figure, hey, they can rebuke you, they can do whatever they want to do. You just like anybody in the world. Not according to the scriptures. Verse 19. Against an elder, receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. We deal with moral conduct. So an elder receive not an accusation, but before 2 or 3 witnesses. Got to be 2 or 3 witnesses confronting the elder. Now, those that are not an elder operate in that capacity of an elder. He tell you, because I know I see people be out of order many a time, but this is what he tells you if you're not an elder. Matthew 18:11. Excuse me, no. Salakia. Verse 15. Matthew 18:15. Moreover, if thy brother shall trespass against thee, go and tell him his fault between thee and him alone. So you go tell your brother between he and them alone. If he shall hear thee, thou hast gained thy brother. That's alone. Before you tell anybody, you tell them alone. But if he will not hear thee, then take with thee 1 or 2 more. See? When an elder said 2 or 3, right? With the average brother that's not an elder, say take, or sister, say take 1 or 2 more. 1 or 2 more. That in the mouth of 2 or 3 witnesses, every word may be established. See? You might win your brother back by them believing and understanding this offense that he has done against you, and talking to him, win your brother back. But it says, if he will not hear thee, verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, the 3 brothers coming to him to correct him or to let him know that he offended him. Verse 17, and if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. Now you can tell everyone. But the Israelites are the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as a heathen man and a publican. Let him be as a heathen man and a publican. It says, verily I say unto you, whatsoever ye shall bind on earth, He said, verily I say unto you, whatsoever you shall bind on earth shall be bound in heaven. So whatever you decree on earth, going to be bound in heaven. And whatsoever you shall loose on earth shall be loosed in heaven. So when that goes down, you can believe the Most High hearing it and seeing that this order that you have done to bring forth what it is that you're bringing forth, to bring the love, bring the peace, make it right in the eyes of the Most High. Because we deal with things that are morally right. First John 2:11 again. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth. Don't know where he going, because that darkness has blinded his eyes. You see, that ignorance, being ignorant, not knowing these scriptures and applying them in their life, has blinded their eyes. Let's look at 2 Thessalonians 2. 2 Thessalonians, the second chapter. And verse 9. Now let's look at verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed. Hear that? That wicked gonna be revealed, whom the Most High shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. And the Mashiach Shai gonna consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. We know, he told you real quick, in Revelations 19 and 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite or kill the nations, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron. That's the law, so the Most High. What you say you're not under, he gonna rule all the nations with a rod of iron, which is the law of the Most High, and commandments of the Most High. And he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of Almighty power. 2 Corinthians 13 and 37. But understand, overstand this, y'all. 2 Corinthians 13, 37 and 38. And this is my son, who is a Mashiach Shai, shall rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations. All the ordinances, all the military might that they have, the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Force, he gonna rebuke the wicked inventions of those nations, nuclear power that they have on this earth, which for their wicked life are fallen into the tempest, into the fire, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts. So you're going to tell them the evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented. So ain't gonna be up, like he told you, look, verse 11, he said, and they were all mixed together. Let's read verse 10. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests. And they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude, that's the Army, the Navy, the Marines, and the Air Forces of all these nations, which was prepared to fight, and burned them up, every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude, nothing was to be perceived but only dust and smell of smoke. When I saw it, I was afraid. So he's letting you the understanding right here. Verse 38, he say, this is Mashiach Yahushua. That's the Most High's Son, the only begotten Son. It says, and shall lay before them their evil thoughts and the torments wherewith they shall begin to be tormented, which are like unto a flame, and he shall destroy them without labor. How? by the law, which is like unto fire. You see that? So that's why when you see this, he said in Revelation 19 and 15, and out of his mouth goeth a sharp sword, that with it he should smite or kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, which is the law of the Most High, which is like fire. Remember we read in Jeremiah 23 and 29, is not my word like unto fire, like a hammer that breaketh the rock in pieces? Shall rule them with a rod of iron. You know that rod of iron, beat somebody with a rod of iron, what you think, they gonna make it? I don't think so. And treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power. So that's what you gotta look at. Go back to 2 Thessalonians. 2 Thessalonians, the 2nd chapter. Verse 8. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Most High and the Mashiach Shai shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. We just read about. Anybody confused? Anybody don't understand? And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. He will destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. So they're working with Satan. Look, it don't take a rocket science to figure this out, man. Go to Luke, the 4th chapter. Real quick, I'm going to get right to the point because I know I've taken y'all that's been listening many a times here. But look at Luke, the 4th chapter and verse 6. Verse 5. And the devil taking him up into an high mountain, this is Mashiach Shai, we fasted 40 days, 40 nights, took him up to a high mountain, showed unto him all the kingdoms of the world in a moment of time. So he showed him all the kingdoms, including these kingdoms that we're in now, scattered among all these nations. The kingdoms that are ruling in this world right now. He showed him all the kingdoms in a moment of time. And the devil said unto him, all this power will I give thee, and the glory of them, for that is delivered unto me. And to whomsoever I will, I give it. Hear that? So these kingdoms is rolling with Satan. But listen to what he said. The condition that you got to do. If thou therefore wilt worship me, all shall be thine. So that's a condition. You got to worship Satan to rule in these kingdoms. See, people, oh, no, in God we trust. Yeah, you want to believe that. Not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. That's in this Bible. Look what Mashiach Shai said. And the Mashiach Shai answered and said to him, get thee behind me, Satan. For it is written, thou shalt worship the Most High, thy power, worship the Most High, your power, Satan, and your power, Yasharallah. 12 tribes of Israel, and him only shall thou serve. Going back to Thessalonians, 2 Thessalonians 2 and 9, even him, whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power. You see the power that you see on this earth right now, and signs and lying wonders, lying to you. Y'all understand, because y'all think everything they say, all you do is put it on the news, and it's going to be something you're supposed to follow. When the Most High said this, he told me this. Psalm 58 and 3. Y'all make it mean something different if you can. I challenge you to make it mean something different. And I'm open to change. He said, the wicked, and we found out the wicked in Job 9:24, it says the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof, if not when, who is it? And I opened up the Bible many times to show you that so-called white man done painted himself as being the Most High. He painted himself as being the only begotten son of Mashiach Yahushua. Even in Russia, they got Putin. I see the picture of Putin. In Russia, they got all kind of icons, pictures over there, showing us brothers ruling Russia until I think about 1861. Tsar Alexander. He was assassinated just like Lincoln was assassinated in 1865. Who was ruling Russia? Who was in Russia? That's why they got all kind of icons. Matter of fact, they got a book called The Russian Icons. With all of us, everybody in the Bible is pigment, have pigment and melanin. Pictures all throughout that book called Russian Icons. But listen what it says. Psalm 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. See? That's why I say the devil deceived the whole world. So to get the power, you got to, like he said, you got to worship him. He showed him all the kingdoms of the world. He said, they could be yours. All you got to do is worship me. So going back to 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, verse 9, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, even him whose coming into power is because Satan said what? All could be thine if you bow down and worship me. Is after the working of Satan with all power from Satan and signs and lying wonders. Lying wonders. They liars from the womb, it's just said. And with all the deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. Now, you know the Most High gonna kill them. All the sinners. You say he's gonna kill all the sinners of the land. He's gonna kill all the sinners of his people too. Because they receive not the love of the truth. Because they receive not the love of the laws of the Most High. The truth is what? Psalms 119, 142. That righteousness is an everlasting righteousness, and thy law is the truth. Right? They receive not the love of the Most High's laws. They have a problem with that. We're not under the law, we're under mercy and grace. We Gentiles grafted in. That's what our people say all the time. And they not dealing with the laws. They receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. You hear that? So you ain't gonna be saved from your enemies and from the head of all that hate you. The Most High's sword is gonna kill you. Because you do not have the love of the truth. He's gonna get you. And it tells you, for all you that believe that you're gonna follow them, and a lot of you have followed this, do this, and y'all do it. Do that, y'all do it. Do this, y'all do it. Is Most High in it? Not the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And not only that, they the ones killed the Mashiach Yahushua. The so-called white man killed the Mashiach Yahushua, put him to death. The ones they try to praise and so forth, they put him to death. We read about it. They hung him on the tree. We read it in Acts 5:30. Y'all forgot? Him at the Most High exalted with his right hand to be a prince and a savior for to give repentance to Israel. They hung him on a tree. In the end, when salvation is coming on this earth, and they working the works of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Now you know they still lying from the birth all the way to the end. That's why they say, look, Wisdom of Solomon 5:6. This is what they're going to say. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth. They erred from the way of following the Most High's laws, statutes, and commandments, and teaching you as the Israelites to follow his laws, statutes, and commandments. That's what they're going to say. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness, which is keeping of the Most High's laws, Deuteronomy 6:25, have not shined unto us. Because they're dealing with what? Even him, verse 9 of 2 Thessalonians 2nd chapter, even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. They use their media, television, social media, magazines, pictures, signs, and lying wonders. Lying to you. That's what it says. They're going to say this. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 6. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. That's the truth, y'all. Because you look at the truth, opposite of what's opposite of the truth? A lie. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. You see it happening right now. Wickedness and destruction. You know, destroying people in their homes and so forth. That's what they do. We weird ourselves in the way of wickedness and destruction. Yeah, we have gone through deserts where there lay no way. Last I read, St. John 14:6, somebody said, I am the way. Listen. Where there lay no way. But as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, we have not known it. You hear that? As for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach Yahushua, they have not known it. So that's from this point on to the time that salvation has come on this earth. So you gonna follow them? He's telling you how they are. They rolling with Satan. Who you rolling with? Most High, the Mashiach of a shot, or you rolling with this world? Hopefully you'll hear this and some of you will wake up and come out of that elusive darkness that you in before it's too late. Look at Job 24 and 13. Job 24 and 13. It says, they are those that rebel against the light. Now we know, if you forgot, some of you might just be coming in. What's that light? Proverbs 6:24. Proverbs 6:23. Proverbs 6:23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. See? The laws of the Most High is light that he wrote with his finger. And reproofs of instruction are the way of life. You see? So he's telling you in Job 24 and 13, they are those that rebel against the light, rebel against the laws of the Most High. They know not the ways thereof. We just read it. We've gone through deserts where there lay no way. As for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach, we have not known it. Listen, there are those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof. They don't know the ways of the Most High's laws, statutes, commandments, nor abide in the paths thereof. See? Nor abide in the paths thereof. So if they not abide in the path thereof, what path are they abiding in? Let's go back to 2 Thessalonians 2. Don't take a rocket science to figure this out. Verse 9 again. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, who said, all could be thine if you do what? Bow down and worship me. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. Remember the death Satan deceived the whole world? So you bowing down following him, you're going to deceive the whole world. You're going to lie to the whole world. Lying wonders. Verse 10. And with all deceivableness, all lies of unrighteousness, remember that, as for the way of the Most High, the Mashiach, we have not known it. So they don't know the righteousness of the Most High, but they know the unrighteousness of the Most High because they're in order. The Most High made them to be that way. They in order. We out of order trying to follow them to hell. You know, follow them in their heaven, and it's our hell, and thinking you're going to get heaven from hell. You're not. I don't give a damn how much money you have. They allow you to have. You still going to be their slave. One way or another, because it's somebody that's paying you. They got more money than you. And eventually try and do anything you want to do. Like he already charged them that are rich what you're supposed to be doing. Try to do whatever you want to do. You got billions and billions maybe. Do whatever you want to do with your money. You can't even do whatever you want to do with your money in this world. Think about that. You can't even do whatever you want to do with your own money. Why do you think nobody that have millions and billions and all this money ever did anything that's significant to help us as a people? You mean to tell me I can sit here and think, oh, he got $1 million, he got billions, he got billions, she got millions, she got all these millions. I mean, you can't come together, minds come together to do something that's going to be beneficial for us as a nation, as a people? Look, verse 10, who you wonder? And with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish. You hear that? If you don't come back to the righteousness, I got to deal with, because I called it out. Let me make sure, because I know you want to keep something else you put in the book, so I got to go there every time. Deuteronomy, I called it out, but I know y'all probably not going to go there to see it. So let me make sure that you go here now. Deuteronomy 6:25 to see what righteousness is. So you understand what unrighteousness is. Deuteronomy 6:25. And it shall be our righteousness, Yasharallah, if we observe to do all these commandments before the Most High our power, as he have commanded us. That's an order. And that's how you be righteous, to keep his commandments, his laws and commandments. So now, when you see concerning them, and those that's following them, 2 Thessalonians 2:10, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness. So unrighteousness is those that are not following the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. And them that perish, why they gonna die? Why Mashiach say he's ruling them with what? A rod of iron, which is the laws of the Most High, the commandments of the Most High, when he come back to smite the nations. And he's going to rule them with a rod of iron, because a remnant of all these nations is going to be redeemed to go into the kingdom, to work like they're working now, and deal with whatever is going to be dealt with in the kingdom, and learn what it is that